Welcome to my 2-minute drill. Extending forgiveness is one of the most freeing things that we can do for others and especially for ourselves. Choosing not to forgive is a choice, and it will negatively impact us. Like it or not, we are not at our best when we don't forgive. In ancient Roman days, the punishment for murder was to have the dead person chained to you until it rotted away. Wow, it'd be hard to go to work like that. Even worse, imagine trying to hug your wife or your kids with a dead body in the room. When we don't forgive, we are negatively linked to that person. And here's the crazy thing about this. Often that person has no idea that we're worked up about them. They're innocently going about their day, and while we're stressing, we're steaming at what they did or what they said. We talked about David and boundaries earlier this week. And let me take you back to a time before he became king. He was on the run for several years and found himself a bit like Robin Hood. Over 600 outlaws had him as their leader. And in this particular story found in 1 Samuel 25, David's men have been acting as a security team for a wealthy rancher named Nabal. David sends a delegation to ask Nabal if they can help out with food. Nabal rebuffs the men, and they head back to David and give their report. David's first words are, "Draw your swords." And he took offense at Nabal and headed off to kill him. The bottom line is that Nabal's wife was wise. She recognized what was happening and meets David before he gets to her ranch. She challenged David that he needed to forgive her husband. Why? She tells David that he's going to be the king soon. What kind of king would he be if he has the reputation of taking revenge over a simple offense? David quickly repents. He releases Nabal to God. Every time that we are offended, it's because we have not forgiven. Our challenge is not to take offense. We need to forgive quickly. While I'm talking about this subject, who's come to your memory? What story are you thinking about? And if it's a negative thought, let's finish this week on a high note and make the choice to forgive them. There are usually 3 groups of people we need to forgive: others, God, and ourselves. Take a moment and talk through your memory with God. Be honest with God and make the choice, as David did, of letting God be judge and jury rather than you. I trust this has been a good week for you. Next week, we'll start looking at topics in the area of productivity. We'll start with your ambitions. To go deeper, head to lored.org and click on Principles.